Hello and welcome to Stubtown, the movie review show presented by PSU TV. Today we're reviewing Thor Ragnarok.
Hi there. What have you brought today? Tell me.
A contender.
It's main event time.
I'm your host, Adrian, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Aaron.
You've stumbled onto the spoiler section. Thor Ragnarok is directed by Taika Waititi. To summarize this film in few words, long ago, the nation of Asgard lived in harmony until Hela attacked, and only Thor, Master of Lightning, could stop her. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. Now to jump into spoilers. He goes to a planet where Jeff Goldblum lives, and
No, it's not Surtur. Sakaar.
Sakaar, and Jeff Goldblum makes him fight the Hulk, and it's really cool. It's a really cool sequence, and some other stuff happens. Just to get into what we liked and didn't like about the movie, what are some first impressions that you have?
Definitely a different feel than the last couple of movies. And actually, they started it with, in the middle of a monologue. That was kind of an interesting choice.
Where he was talking to the skeleton, yeah.
Yeah.
Like an 80s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking to the audience about what he's been up to.
Yeah, but they can't really break the fourth wall, so they had to give him
I was
something
thinking
to
that they were
talk to.
going to, so I thought it was kind of interesting that then they didn't.
I thought it was a very interesting choice, and it definitely goes with what Taika Waititi is doing with this movie, which is constant comparisons to 80s movies and 80s aesthetics, but also
Lots of references.
very self-referential to the superhero genre as a whole. I thought there was an interesting shift in tone. I think right off the bat you have the three comic relief characters from the last two Thor movies are they're just killed right away, and it's very unceremonious. There's no
And Thor doesn't care at all.
he never addresses it. No one ever addresses it.
No, I feel like they just sort of let everything, those characters, those things, everything's just, they're gone. Who
Also,
cares?
Lady Sif wasn't in the movie.
Not one bit, and I was wondering why the whole time.
She was on break. She was
Took
on
a 5-minute
vacation.
Hopefully filming the last season of Kyle XY.
Is that show still running?
No.
I was like, what?
No,
Favorite-
I'm not gonna say anything about Kyle XY.
That was a tangent.
But no, I think that the movie was good. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, what's your favorite new character that was introduced?
I definitely like Valkyrie the
Valkyrie.
best.
Valkyrie?
Well, I think as a character and her
Tessa Thompson, I think her name is.
as her ability, her ability to continue in this franchise. I think that she has the most promise as a character. I think she's the most interesting. I think I liked Jeff Goldblum the best of the characters in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Valkyrie will definitely be Thor's love interest
I'm
in
kind
further
of hoping
films.
not. I think she'd work best at having her own sort of separate thing where they sometimes fight together, and maybe
know
she could
it's
even get
coming,
a
though.
spin-off.
You know it's coming, though.
It's only so that, it's only coming in that if they can't get Sif back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But since she's kind of like the long game love interest in the first two movies. Oh, but they might even go just a different direction because this is a very fresh like take on the Thor specific franchise, and Taika's doing his own thing with these movies.
He was actually in the movie. He voices Korg, the Cronin rock monster.
That was a fun character.
He was definitely the best comic relief in the whole thing.
This is just a very delightful performance, and the voice just does not fit the character, and it's so good.
Great.
So why'd you like Jeff Goldblum in the film?
I think that it's just Jeff Goldblum
Being Jeff Goldblum.
being Jeff Goldblum in the most Jeff Goldblumingest way that he could be. And yeah, I mean, I don't think that the character filled the villain role of the film, or like one of the villain roles in this film, in a way that's like very like comedic, and
I think it helped to have one who was comedic and one who was more just drama. And they sort of balanced each other well and made it not one note of either.
yeah.
I just like how the Grandmaster was introduced. They did a whole Willy Wonka reference where they're going down the tunnel and then Pure Imagination's playing in the background.
See, I didn't really think that worked. It was fun to watch, but it seemed kind of random out of nowhere that it'd have Pure Imagination in the background. I liked the narration, I liked the just going down the tunnel and then the boom, you're there. Just the song didn't work for me.
Yeah, I think diegetically it makes little sense why they have the song there, but I think it helped the scene.
You don't think in the millions of years that Grandmaster's been alive, a copy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory hasn't popped through one of the vortexes that lead to his planet?
I think it's possible. It's far-fetched, but it's possible.
It's far-fetched for sure, but yeah.
But I mean, oh no, it's such a good movie. I like it.
Would you say it was hella good?
I would say if I could give it like a score, I would say it was like an 8 out of 10 for a superhero film. It was hella good, yeah. It didn't Ragnarok my world, but it was pretty. It was very good.
We haven't talked about Cate Blanchett at all.
No.
No.
You're gonna make a Hella reference and then just not talk about her.
Cate Blanchett as Hela was really good. She's the first Marvel villainess in any of these movies, or to me, the main villain. I think there was a lackey in Iron Man 2, 3.
I gotta think about that now.
You're so right, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, first villainess.
I'd say she did a good job.
17 movies. And
17?
17 Marvel films, and this is the first female villain. But she did really well. I think that like what could have been a very like boring sort of like just
Thor 2 villain.
Yeah, just like hand wavy, mustache twisting, like laughing maniacally into the night sort of
She
cliche.
was pretty melodramatic, but I felt like that sort of made sense in context, and her backstory completely was believable.
Yeah.
I think she was overly monologue heavy.
True. I mean, and in fact, her like lackey in the movie is only there for her to have someone to talk to.
That's true.
Carl
point.
Urban's character.
But I think that Kate took a role that was mostly expositional and made it interesting, which is an impressive thing. Because it was fun to watch her be evil, even if her being evil wasn't the most interesting part of the movie.
Here's the thing. Do you think we'll see her again, or do you think she died at the end of it because she got smashed to death by
I
Surtur?
don't know if she can, considering.
I think she'll come back, because I don't think that they're going to waste.
And it's off screen too. I mean, the destruction was on screen, but we didn't see her even seem to die, so there's no way she's gone yet.
Well,
She'll come back when Red Skull comes back.
Actually, there is an angle of as the giant ass fire sword goes down onto her, there's like a long shot, like from far away. You can't see her. You can see her, but she puffs into green smoke. So that could just be her teleporting away, or she just got vaporized. I mean, I think
with that ambiguity, though, they're not gonna just let someone go.
Marvel has a problem with killing off its villains, and especially its most compelling villains. In 17 movies, Loki is the most reused villain because he's the only one that didn't die.
I mean, they're setting it up to use Michael Keaton more though in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I think that's an improvement that Spider-Man: Homecoming made. I think they should use Hela again, because I think that if you're gonna have Cate Blanchett in your franchise, why just once? I mean, they criminally waste the actors who play the villains in these movies. Like an Oscar, wasn't it an Oscar award winner played the guy in Thor: The Dark World, and the guy didn't even talk.
I actually have no idea who played the villain in Thor: The Dark World.
Maniacally waved his hands around a bunch.
See, I think Hela's powers are sort of the kind that there's a lot you can do with, because if you happen to lose a few of your own, they're hers now.
Like, you lose a few.
Like, if people who are fighting on your side die, she can reanimate them and have them be on her side.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I feel like there's a lot of potential there that they didn't really get the chance to go into.
Well, I mean, she can reanimate him with the Eternal Flame. I don't know if she can reanimate him just on her own.
They cut down her powers and made it.
I feel like all she did was just shoot swords at people. That was her power.
It's a cool
There's
power,
a lot
though.
of that.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that.
Well, what if you run out of swords?
I don't think she can run out of swords. Justice for Warriors 3.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag Justice for Warriors 3.
Killing Warriors 3 is such an interesting choice, and then they do it so f***ed up.
It's like they make them not even like, you're not even really sorry for them, because it's just sort of.
Hogan's voice is completely different in that movie. Sorry, this is a minor issue, but like, he talks different. Like, the character is like doing a different accent. It's weird. Anyways, did we talk about? Do you want to talk about Idris Elba or any of the other supporting actors in the movie?
I want to talk about Mjolnir.
Oh, okay.
They actually, for once, decide to use Mjolnir in interesting ways, with like using it to weigh down was it a dragon?
Yeah.
And then they decide it's gone, and then they have the chance to. Isn't there a dying star in the portal to take them out of the trash world? And then they don't even mention that maybe, hey, we could get some material from this and get you a new hammer. Like, they have the whole point of, oh, it's just a way to control your power, but it's a useful tool. You want to have it. If you have any chance, you want Mjolnir.
Well, Kevin Feige said in an interview lately, or just like a very recent interview, that the decision to take everything away from Thor is it's a very like intentional decision they do in the third of each of these movies. They have to take the character to a new place, right? Because for 2 movies they've been, just the same hero that they were in the Avengers film, and so they blow up Tony Stark's house, and they like break up the Avengers and Captain America, and in this movie they get rid of his whole planet and the Mjolnir, and so it's about elevating the character to not have to use what they've been dependent on the whole time. So in taking away the Mjolnir, it has purpose within the narrative. They could have made a new Mjolnir, but I feel like it would have taken away from that arc a little bit.
Well, I don't know, because he thinks of his abilities differently after learning that he can actually do stuff without having that extra tool. But why would you get rid of it?
Because now he can just use whatever he wants, I guess.
He can shoot lightning.
He can finger guns people with lightning.
He's got sparkles.
But can he not quite fly?
He can fly.
He just rides lightning now.
No, he didn't fly. He jumped.
Yeah,
he jumped really far. Who?
Can he not fly now?
He might be a weaker character now, actually. Like, stronger attacks, but, like, can't fly.
Which is pretty useful.
You're right. Anyways, how would you recommend this movie?
Well, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, or if you thought that the first two Thor movies were a bit boring or melodramatic, then I would recommend this.
Okay.
I'd say it's worth seeing in theaters if you like the other Marvel movies. If not, then I'd just wait for like Redbox or something.
How would you compare it to the other? Sorry. I would recommend this if you like Marvel movies and you know what you're signed on for already going in. If you don't like Marvel films, you feel like it's contrived, it's not going to blow you out of the water, wait for it on DVD. You see Hulk's naked butt in this movie for a solid second, and it's great. 10 out of 10 Hulk butt. There you go. How would you compare this movie to the other two Thor films?
Way better than the other two Thor films.
Much better. Best of the series. I'd say, after the original Adventures in Babysitting, my favorite Thor movie.
Yeah, it's the same answer. Thank you for watching our spoiler review of Thor Ragnarok. This was Stubtown. If you would like to get involved in Stubtown, you can contact us at contact@psu.tv. Yes.